Once upon a time, in a distant land, there existed a great kingdom. This kingdom was known as the Realm of Light, where peace and happiness prevailed under the reign of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. The people of the realm lived in prosperity and contentment, thanks to the justice and wisdom of their rulers. However, one fateful day, the Realm of Light was mysteriously engulfed in darkness. The light of the sun began to fade, the plants withered, the rivers dried up, and the smiles vanished from the faces of the people. The inhabitants of the realm witnessed in astonishment as their kingdom was shrouded in darkness. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella convened a grand council of wizards and sages. But none could unravel the mystery plaguing the kingdom. As days passed, despair crept into every corner of the realm. In these dark days, a boy named Adrian resided in a village within the Realm of Light. Adrian was an ordinary child, curious, brave, and kind-hearted. Hearing rumors that the kingdom could find no one to save it from its plight, Adrian made a decision deep within himself. He would embark on a journey to save the Realm of Light. Adrian's bold decision surprised the people of his village, but they recognized the goodness and courage within him. Before setting out on his journey, Adrian was approached by Lady Alara, the village sage. "Adrian," she said, "I sense the light and strength within you. But you must be cautious, for dark forces may seek to ensnare you. The road ahead will be perilous, but never lose faith." Taking Lady Alara's counsel to heart, Adrian prepared to embark on his quest. As he journeyed, he encountered challenges along the way, using his courage and wit to overcome them. Trekking through the depths of forests, shadows of dark forces trailed him, yet Adrian's heart remained filled with hope and kindness. After a long journey, Adrian arrived at a lost castle. The castle was veiled in darkness, exuding an eerie atmosphere. Adrian gathered his courage and entered the castle. Inside, he was greeted by a dark entity. "Who are you, and what brings you here?" the entity asked, its voice laced with mystery. With resolve, Adrian replied, "I am Adrian, a resident of the Realm of Light, and I am here to stop the darkness that plagues our kingdom." The entity regarded Adrian deeply and then chuckled mysteriously. "You are indeed a brave child, Adrian. However, the reason for the Realm of Light's descent into darkness lies much deeper. I can show you the truth, but the journey will be perilous." Adrian, undeterred, was ready to confront the source of darkness. The entity led him through hidden passages within the castle, eventually arriving at an underground cavern. The cavern glimmered mysteriously, adorned with ancient symbols on its walls. Instructing Adrian to examine the cavern's walls and decipher the symbols, the entity revealed a hidden chamber behind one of the walls. Within the chamber lay an ancient book and a sword. As Adrian opened the book, he discovered ancient writings detailing the history of the Realm of Light, its royal lineage, and the origin of the darkness. The origins of the darkness traced back to before the kingdom's establishment. Delving into the book's contents, Adrian began to unravel the true cause of the kingdom's descent into darkness. The entity handed Adrian the sword. This sword, it said, is the key to saving the realm of light. But it must be wielded in harmony with your inner goodness and courage. Accepting the sword, Adrian felt a surge of hope and power within him. There was no turning back now. He was ready to save the realm of light. The entity instructed Adrian to return to the castle, and Adrian set out on his journey once more. Upon returning to the castle, Adrian was greeted by a surprise. Gathered within the castle were the people and representatives of the realm of light. Stepping forward to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, Adrian recounted the true cause of the kingdom's descent into darkness. The king and queen listened attentively, and they expressed their trust in Adrian. Accompanied by the people and representatives of the realm, Adrian set forth towards the cavern. Along the way, they encountered the armies of dark forces, yet with Adrian's courage and the unity of his people, they managed to follow them to the cavern. Upon reaching the cavern, Adrian and his companions confronted the leader of the dark forces. A great battle ensued. Adrian, wielding his sword, faced off against the leader of the dark forces, their swords clashing. However, Adrian realized that the battle was not merely physical. Amidst the clash of swords, he saw the emptiness and despair within the leader of the dark forces. Adrian attempted to remind him of hope, invoking the power of light and goodness. As the leader of the dark forces heard Adrian's words, he struggled against the darkness within him. Slowly, he receded, and the armies of dark forces dispersed. The cavern once again bathed in light, and the realm of light was freed from the grip of darkness. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella approached Adrian with gratitude. His courage and goodness had saved their kingdom. Adrian accepted their thanks, preparing to return to his village, but Adrian's story did not end there. He was now hailed as the hero of the realm of light, celebrated for his courage and kindness. Lady Alara approached Adrian, looking at him with pride. "You are a true hero, Adrian," she said. "It was the light and hope within you that saved the kingdom." Would you please like the video and subscribe to my channel?